Today on Good Morning Maine, a man is likely to make his first court appearance this week following a shooting arrest in Milo.
Plus, several people have been left homeless and a business has been destroyed following a fire in Dedham.
And Maine's voters will consider a trails bond that will help repair Maine's hiking trails and build more. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, a check of the forecast, and we're heading back to work. And we have some beautiful weather out there, too.
We do.
Kind of makes you want to take the day off, but,
kind of does.
We've got more good weather coming up, so.
Here's Devin
Sorry
Biggs
I brought
with
it
the
up.
forecast. I know, it's Monday. Here's Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Our first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get into things this morning. This is a small craft advisory right here that's in effect until 2 p.m. this afternoon because of some active surf we're keeping an eye on along the coast at this time. Meanwhile, though, we're checking out the radar, and overall we had a little bit of moisture moving through recently. Looks like we have a little bit of snow flurry action in the northern parts of the state. That's going to be clearing out of here this morning, and we're going to see a good amount of sunshine today. Keep the sunglasses handy. You'll want those as you do travel, and it will also be windy out there as well, with some gusty winds getting up to around 30 miles per hour at times. We have one system dragging on to the east. There's another little secondary wave of energy right about in here, bringing a few snow flurries to the northern parts of the state, and that's going to be getting out of here pretty quickly this morning. Futurecast moving forward, a lot of sunshine on the way for us today. We'll be under a mostly clear sky coming up later on tonight, and a lot of sunshine again as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. Now the winds, here we are, sustained winds out of the northwest reaching up to around 50 miles per hour or so today. Notice the winds really back off later on tonight, but for tomorrow, here we go again. The winds will be on the increase yet again. Otherwise, your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, a little windy out there. Temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A man is facing attempted murder charges following an alleged shooting incident in Milo Thursday evening. According to the Milo Police Department, police responded to the Pleasant River Road just after 6:30 p.m. for a weapon discharge call. The caller reportedly told dispatchers that his son-in-law, 53-year-old David Barry, was shooting a pistol at him. Police say all shots missed and Barry was taken into custody without incident. Police say Barry was found to be intoxicated and several firearms were removed from the residence. Barry was taken to Piscataquis County Jail, where he's currently being held on charges of attempted murder, attempted aggravated assault, domestic violence, reckless conduct with a firearm, and domestic violence criminal threatening with a firearm.
Well, meanwhile, a man is behind bars this morning accused of robbing people at 3 churches in southern Maine. Authorities say they received a report Sunday morning that a man was pointing a gun and asking people for money in the parking lot of a church in Parsonsfield. They soon received a report that a man was doing the same thing at churches in Baldwin and in Cornish. In one case, he allegedly entered a church and took money from the offering plate and also stole a woman's purse. According to the Department of Public Safety, police eventually found the suspect's vehicle and chased it into Bridgeton, where an officer forced it off the road and into a field. They say 27-year-old Connor McGlure of Auburn attempted to run away, but he was arrested and charged with robbery. Additional charges are expected.
The second day and final day of a 2-day hearing for convicted murderer Dennis DeShane unfolded at Knox County Superior Court on Friday. It included the cross-examination of another DNA expert. This hearing will determine if the 66-year-old DeShane will get a new trial. Alleged contamination of evidence and the protocol for collecting evidence at the 1988 crime scene were discussed at length during the hearing. At one point, Assistant Attorney General Don McComber showed the DNA expert a picture of Cherry's rope-bound hands being held by someone not wearing gloves while collecting evidence. DeShane is currently serving a life sentence with no parole for kidnapping, torturing, sexually assaulting, and murdering 12-year-old Sarah Cherry in 1988. This hearing is the latest of multiple attempts for a new trial. It's unclear when the court will deliver a decision.
Meanwhile, a workshop was destroyed and multiple people have been displaced following a structure fire in Dedham yesterday. Our Grace Blanchard was on the scene and has the details.
Crews raced to a residence along Yancey Drive in Dedham Sunday afternoon after reports of flames and smoke shooting out of the building.
About 2 miles away, we can see a huge black header. We advise a propane explosion. Reports of maybe fireworks, maybe some bullets going off on scene.
According to the Dedham Lucerne Fire Chief, they could not confirm if fireworks or bullets were on scene. However, residents reported hearing popping sounds. The structure is a multi-use building that includes a working garage with a workshop and 2 apartments.
Did confirm that the garage was being worked in earlier this afternoon. Homeowner left to go to the convenience store. While he was gone, family inside heard a loud pop and exited the building and saw the fire.
The fire chief says everyone made it out safely and only one person sustained minor injuries from smoke inhalation. The fire is suspected to have started in the workshop.
We know the machinery was being worked on. There's a skid steer in the garage, so we're not sure about that. But, you know, hardworking individuals with a nice workshop, lots of tools, lots of mechanical equipment in there. That's the loss. So.
The chief says they were unable to salvage any equipment inside the workshop, and both apartments are a total loss. In Dedham, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A devastating structure fire in Lee has left a small business a total loss. According to Lee Fire Chief Jay Crocker, the fire broke out around 8 o'clock Friday morning, a building behind the Mount Jefferson Ski Lodge. It was actually Chief Crocker who was the first one to see and report the fire to dispatch.
From a mile away, I could see the smoke and flames coming up them great big pine trees behind us. She was fully involved when we got here, and our biggest concern was the lodge behind me.
There were no injuries, and the ski lodge was mostly untouched from the fire, but the structure itself has been deemed a total loss. The building was a workshop the owner had been using to build tiny homes.
The Maine Turnpike Authority is warning drivers about a scam involving someone trying to collect a debt owed for road tolls. According to a notice put out by the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, the scam involves a text message that appears to be from a state's Turnpike Authority saying that the person owes money for a toll and needs to pay now in order to avoid a late fee. Aaron Courtney from the Maine Turnpike Authority says a text message should be the first red flag.
So far in Maine, we have not heard from any of our customers that they've received these, but we have heard through the FBI that this is kind of going state to state. The first thing I would say is that the Maine Turnpike Authority doesn't send out text messages to any of our customers. So that would be the first thing, is that if you get a text message that says it's from the Maine Turnpike, it is not.
Courtney says if you receive a suspicious text message, you can contact the Maine Turnpike Authority at 888-MTA-PASS or by using the contact form on their website as well. You never know these days. You have to be suspicious. Kind of reminds me, I owe a toll in New York, too. I blew through a toll a few years ago.
Yeah.
Hauling a
probably
boat
wanted
back from
in court
Kentucky.
now.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'll be in jail by next year.
I won't be driving through there anytime soon.
Okay, don't respond to any texts.
No.
The time
Yeah,
now.
that was the kind of the moral of the story.
Right, yeah. I've actually missed a couple important things because these days I'm like, no, everything's a scam.
Yeah.
If you really need me, just call me and I'll recognize you.
Yeah.
Okay, the time now is 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Senator Susan Collins is making national news as she passes a major milestone in her career.
We'll tell you all about it, but first, another check of your forecast. A beautiful day ahead today, mostly sunny with highs near 48 degrees. Cold and clear overnight, lows backing down into the mid-20s. Tomorrow, another beautiful day on the way, even warmer with a high near 58. We'll be right back.
This week, look who's waking up with GMA and you. Zendaya, live. Jerry Seinfeld, live. John Bon Jovi, live. Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, Martin Short. Oh yeah, the biggest, brightest mornings are on...
Good morning, America.
R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily. We offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, one of our many savory soups, or a pizza, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after a long workday? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowl & Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
It's Judge Judy's greatest hits with classics like
That's ridiculous. That's a lot of baloney.
Judge Judy
on ABC 7.
Well, of course you're doing well. You're here on Wheel of Fortune.
Let's go win some money.
These contestants are going places.
Scandinavia.
They're moving and shaking and getting it done here on Wheel.
You could try to make it look a little harder.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. Senator Susan Collins marked an incredible milestone in public service on Friday. Collins cast her 9,000th consecutive roll call vote in the Senate on Friday night. The achievement was recognized by colleagues and members all across the aisle.
She has never missed a single roll call vote in her entire career. Who else can claim that? Raise your hands. Even the freshmen can't claim that. I congratulate Senator Collins on this historic accomplishment. It puts her in rare company in history of the chamber.
Again, 9,000 is remarkable. The Iron Senator.
Day after day, year after year, our senior most appropriator has demonstrated through her dedication, if you do your homework, you show up to vote, most everything else will fall in line.
Collins first entered the U.S. Senate back in 1996 and has never missed a roll call vote. Her 9,000th vote was on the Marshall Amendment to Foreign Surveillance Act House resolution.
Senators voting in the
Collins
negative.
voted nay on that particular amendment. Congratulations to her.
From the mountains to the coast, flooding and washouts from multiple severe storms this winter devastated large stretches of our state. As we enter spring, an effort to help protect a multi-billion-dollar industry will be in the hands of voters this November. Asia Reed has more on Maine's damaged ATV and snowmobile trails.
Desperate need of repair. That's how the state's ATV and snowmobile clubs are describing many of Maine's trails right now. Snowmobilers in southern Maine barely had a season this winter due to multiple December and January storms that severely damaged their trails. Maine ATV President John Raymond says it's too much for clubs to repair on their own, as there's millions of dollars worth of damage.
This past year has been a difficult year for motorized recreation. Snowmobile and ATV, a lot of rain, a lot of damage. That's why lawmakers and trails enthusiasts came together back in February to come up with the Maine Trails Bond. It would provide $30 million over the span of 4 years to maintain, design, and develop all types of trails across the state. And just this week, the Maine House and Senate voted almost unanimously to send it to the November ballot for voters. Josh Caldwell from Natural Resources of Maine says the bond is necessary, as trails are a vital component to the state's $3 billion outdoor recreation economy.
To really get to that next level and be a recreation destination, we needed to make this type of investment to make sure that towns can actually attract people in, but also so that people in communities can use trails to stay connected with their community. President of Topsom Trail Riders, Jenny Little, says this effort could take some weight off of their shoulders.
It's an ongoing struggle for funding, and so this is going to be monumentous for clubs to have the opportunity to receive additional funding that they need to keep their trails to state standards. If voters say yes to the referendum question in November, the funding would likely begin in mid-2025.
And that was Asia Reed reporting. In other news, Maine's 207 area code will likely stay as the state's sole area code for a while longer. The Maine Public Utilities Commission has been monitoring the use of 207 area code since 2018 as the number of service providers increased and the number of available numbers dwindled. Commission Chair Philip Bartlett says the 207 area code has been in danger of exhaustion due to previous distribution practices that unnecessarily tie up large blocks of numbers without fully utilizing those blocks. He says the Commission has been working with providers to end the practice and extend the viability of the area code.
So our current projection date is through 2033.
which is great. Back in 2021, when we were looking at this, we were set to exhaust as early as 2025. So we've added 8 years just with the efforts we put in so far. And we're really becoming a model for the nation. There's a rapid use of area codes, which ultimately could be a problem for the whole country if we run out of the 10-digit numbers. I think folks around the country and at the FCC are following what we're doing pretty closely to see if this is part of a solution to increase the numbering pool nationwide.
Well, Maine is one of only 11 states that still only has one area code. Some states have several. I kind of like being able to say I'm from the 207.
Right.
Yeah, eventually we'll have something else, though.
I know, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever, I guess. Time now 6:15. After the break, a former Waterville mayor will soon open a new restaurant in order to keep traditional family recipes alive.
We'll have the full story, plus your full forecast, coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Bad boy mowers aren't built for everyone. They're built for the bold, the originals, people who get the job done and love every second of it. Bad boys are built for horsepower and cutting-edge precision with a first-of-its-kind 3-link suspension and a style all their own. Because you're not everyone, and that's a good thing. Bad boy, mow with an attitude.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Simple principle. When selection gets low, savings tend to disappear. But now that there's a great selection, there are lots of great savings deals. So come to the Toyota Spring Savings Event, where you could get special low 1.99% financing on most 2024 Tundra hybrid and gas models, which could save you up to $3,400. Great selection means great savings deals. At your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
A new Lebanese restaurant in Waterville is planning to open its doors in June.
And Dozens got a preview of its cuisine on Saturday, along with a taste of the history behind the recipes. Our Callie Warren takes us to Meza.
The city of Waterville will soon welcome a new Lebanese restaurant. Meza's head chef, Tom Nail, served as Waterville's mayor in the 1980s and was a district court judge for decades. When Meza opens, it will provide traditional Lebanese cuisine to the Waterville community. For owners and operators, it's not just about the food, it's about family.
My grandfather, in the house that he owned, he had a brick oven, and he baked Syrian bread, as they called it at the time, for the entire neighborhood. So that means an awful lot to me, and also to my brothers and to my sister. It's awfully important.
Meza is the site of a former Lebanese restaurant that closed earlier this year. Waterville patrons got to try a taste of the new cuisine at their third soft opening event on Saturday, and the eatery's owners say they sold out in less than an hour.
It was a great experience, and watching all the people come in and serving to them was fantastic. Seeing how excited they were for the style of food.
Creating that concept, not just being another restaurant or, to be part of the community at the same time.
Meza is set to open in June. In Waterville, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
There you go.
Yeah,
there
very exciting.
Yeah.
There's a couple of restaurants in Waterville that I'm trying to make the trip down for. Also a Greek restaurant. So that's very exciting.
Bet the food's wonderful too.
Yeah,
Look forward to that.
Always good to have diverse options. Okay, the time now is 6:19.
Let's get a full look at your weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already this morning, a small crowd advisory is posted until 2 p.m. This afternoon along the coast because of active surf that we have our eye on. So just be ready for that throughout the daytime period today, at least until about 2 o'clock this afternoon when that expires. Wayfinds, there's a few active spots still out there, but closer towards shore, things are calming down just at around 2 to 3 feet according to the buoy. So this should expire today, barring anything with the gusty winds. We'll keep an eye on things throughout the daytime period today. But for now, a little bit of moisture passing through. We had one system that passed through recently, a few flurries in the northern parts of the state. This will be getting out of here pretty quickly. And if you like sunshine, we have plenty of that on the way for us today. We'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be windy out there from time to time as well, with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour at times. But otherwise, the rest of the country looking pretty quiet. In fact, this system right about in here that's developing now across parts of the Dakotas will be our next system that we'll get in here later on this week, but we'll have to wait until Wednesday for that system to move on in. So futurecast for today, we'll see a good amount of sunshine, so get outside and enjoy the nice sunshine. Just be ready for the gusty winds at times as well. Under a mostly clear sky coming up later on tonight. And tomorrow we press repeat. A lot of sunshine, a little windy out there as well. We'll wait for the cloud cover that will start to move in as we head towards Tuesday night. By Tuesday night, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky as that rain starts to approach as we head towards Wednesday morning. So it's time this out. So we'll be watching the rainfall that will begin to move in as we head towards Wednesday morning, mainly as rain for most of the day. But by Wednesday night, as colder air begins to move in, a few snow showers cannot be ruled out. If there's any accumulations, it will be very brief and it'll melt very quickly. Pretty much a trace at best. It'll be out of here pretty quickly as we head towards your Thursday with the warmer temperatures and ground temperatures as well. So let's talk about the rainfall accumulations. In some spots further off towards the north, can see around a half-inch rain before we're all finished up. There's a little bit less farther down to the south, around a quarter of an inch before this all begins to wrap up. Otherwise, though, gusty winds on the way for us today, reaching up to 30 miles per hour at times. Notice how the winds back off pretty quickly by tonight. And then for tomorrow, more gusty winds on the way, reaching up to around 25 to 30 miles per hour yet again. So for today, here we go. Upper 40s, mostly sunny and windy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 20s under a mostly clear sky, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, here we go. Upper 50s, mostly sunny and windy again, and a south wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Rain chances on the way for your Wednesday, highs in the low 50s. Lots of sunshine Thursday, highs in the low 50s, and mostly sunny again for your Friday, highs in the upper 50s.
We've been on this property for 47 years. What I've learned along the way is the better tools you have, the easier the job and the better job you get.
He is a former owner of another brand, tractor. He wanted green.
Everything has to be pruned and cut, and there's a lot of stuff that has to get moved. You can't get any more American than John Deere, I don't think.
They don't write songs about any other tractor company. It's John Deere.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
At AAA, saving money means as much to us as it does to our members. Nikki saved her family over $450 by switching to AAA auto insurance. Marianne switched and saved $350. And Philip saved over $400. Now is a great time to review your auto insurance policy. AAA is here to help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Call 844-AAA Insurance or visit AAA.com for an auto insurance quote today. AAA, we're always with you.
Comfort Shoes and More is your destination for all of your spring and summer footwear essentials. We have trained podorthists on site, and our friendly, caring, and knowledgeable staff will make sure you are fitted with the proper footwear that is perfect for you.
The OrthoFeet hands-free sneaker is engineered for comfort.
We have many new sandal styles from Hoka, Teva, Power Step, Stride, and more. Come visit Comfort Shoes and More in Newport to find the perfect shoes for you.
You're not going to want to miss this.
Jeopardy, like the Everest of trivia.
Spit and truth therapy.
You gotta feel smart. If you wanna look smart, do smart, be smart, think smart, talk smart, be smart. You are smart, smarty pants.
What is Equus?
Nitroglycerin. Avignon.
Hyperglycemia. You got revenge on that category.
I sure did.
You got to unleash the power.
Woo!
That's the path to Jeopardy success.
You know, I like that, yeah.
Yes.
This week at 7:30, only on ABC7.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. The House finally passing billions in assistance for Israel and Ukraine after months of struggle. Both aid packages passing overwhelmingly on Saturday, despite some opposition. The votes could put Mike Johnson's speakership in jeopardy, though he says it's all part of the job. Fox News senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram has the story.
After months of will they or won't they on Capitol Hill, the House voting on a series of aid bills for American allies. Separate bills provided assistance for Israel, Ukraine, and the Indo-Pacific. The House adopted all three with bipartisan support. Passage of aid to Ukraine greeted with cheers from Democrats, many of whom waved Ukrainian flags on the House floor. House Speaker Mike Johnson teeing up the bills despite threats to his speakership. He says the U.S. needed to act during a period of global instability.
Three of our primary adversaries, Russia and Iran and China, are working together, and they're being aggressors around the globe. If we turn our backs right now, the consequences could be devastating.
Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene previously vowed to call for Johnson's removal if he forced a vote on money for Ukraine. She left the floor Saturday without trying to oust the speaker. Johnson says he's not worried about his job.
I don't walk around this building being worried about a motion to vacate. We did our work here, and I think history will judge it well.
If Greene came at Johnson, it's unclear if Democrats would save the speaker, although some have already rallied to his defense.
He has stood up and to do the right thing because he recognizes that Congress and the House must govern.
The House rolled the bills into one package for the Senate. There, it faces concern from conservatives. A final vote in the Senate is likely Tuesday. On Capitol Hill, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
The U.S. providing more assistance to Israel as tensions in the region escalate. The House of Representatives passed a $26 billion funding bill for its key Middle East ally on Saturday. The legislation will go to the Senate and then ultimately to the president's desk. With rising tension between Israel and Iran, there is concern that Iran's largest proxy, Hezbollah, could increase their ongoing attacks. Yesterday, rocket sirens were sounding along the border Israel shares with Lebanon after fresh Israeli strikes against Hezbollah. The United States continues to work behind the scenes in attempts to de-escalate tensions along the northern border. The region is in the middle of an unpredictable chapter with a real possibility of the situation unraveling into a broader regional war.
Well, in just hours, the former president will return to a Manhattan courtroom for opening statements in his hush money trial. Prosecutors and the defense will lay out their cases before the jury. Donald Trump unable to campaign, but he is trying to use the trial to his political advantage. The New York District Attorney accuses him of falsifying business records to keep a porn star's claims of an alleged affair from damaging his electoral prospects. Trump has denied the allegations and pleaded not guilty. After opening statements, witness testimony will begin. Over the weekend, Trump forced to cancel his North Carolina rally and what would have been his first time that he publicly addressed his supporters since the start of his trial. Hours later, his campaign blasting an email calling the trial rigged, saying 24 hours until I'm trapped in court. So it should be a big day in New York as that trial really gets underway. Yeah.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, did you know the average American consumes a credit card's worth of plastic each week?
Wow. Well, we'll hear about that along with our upcoming Earth Day segment as Good Morning Maine continues.
Your credit union is with you wherever you go. We're right on your phone with digital banking. Check your accounts, deposit checks, or use your mobile wallet to make a purchase. Discover convenience at maincreditunions.org.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
If you're worried about fraud or identity theft, enjoy peace of mind knowing that your finances are safe and secure at a Maine credit union. Start protecting yourself today at mainecreditunions.org.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, April 22nd, 2024. It is also Earth Day.
It was on this day in 1970 when the first Earth Day was celebrated. It was inspired by Senator Gaylord Nelson of Wisconsin, who had long been concerned about the deteriorating environment. He wanted to infuse the energy of student anti-war protests with the emerging public consciousness about air and water pollution. Before long, a new movement was underway, and April 22nd was chosen because it was a weekday between spring break and finals for most colleges. The focus of the effort quickly shifted from teach-ins at the nation's schools to public demonstrations and cleanups around America.
It all started, they just wanted to start some educational campaign in schools, but then people started doing all these other things.
Yeah.
And boy, in the beginning, there were just massive cleanups. They're still having them. I noticed over the weekend, people were out picking up roadside trash and that kind of thing.
Yep.
So
the one we reported on last week in Ellsworth was postponed because of all that rain we got on Saturday, but I'll have to double check for when that has been changed too.
Yeah, probably some more cleanups underway today. All right, on this day in history, back in 1884, General Laborer, I guess that was a title back then, Thomas Stevens started the first bicycle trip around the world.
I think that's still a work title.
I guess so. I guess it is, yeah. The journey took 2 years and 9 months. He rode that big high-top bicycle, too.
That's crazy.
And then wrote all about it.
Those are kind of spooky if you think of, like...
I'd be afraid I'd fall over.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing a ghost and he's just on one of those.
Right? Some old-timey ghost.
I don't know. That photo kind of scared me. I don't know why.
All right, moving on. Well, this won't scare you as much, maybe. Well, maybe it will.
Oh, God.
Back in 1864, Congress passed legislation that allowed "In God We Trust" to be inscribed on U.S. currency. It was part of the Coinage Act of that year, and they start printing it on dimes and nickels.
Cool.
In 1889, the Oklahoma land rush began at noon as thousands of homesteaders staked their claims. I don't know if you've ever seen those photos before, but some of them were like in chuck wagons, and they fired the gun at noon, and they all raced off to these properties and said, "This is mine."
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'd love for that to happen now. Wouldn't that be nice?
No.
No.
I don't want to race for it like that. I think it would get real bad real quick.
Free land would be nice, though.
Yeah, right.
All right. In 1954, the publicly televised sessions of the Senate's McCarthy hearings began. It was an effort to root out communism in the U.S. and also sparked a campaign of fear.
I don't think it really worked that well either. No. In 1976, Barbara Walters became the first female nightly network news anchor. In 1993, the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum was dedicated in Washington, D.C. to honor the victims of the Nazi extermination. In 2010, the Deepwater Horizon oil rig sank into the Gulf of Mexico 2 days after a massive explosion that killed 11 workers. It caused the largest marine oil spill in history. In 2016, world leaders from 175 countries gathered on Earth Day to sign the Paris Agreement. It was the first international accord that outlines steps to fight climate change and lower carbon levels by 2000. Oh my gosh, how do we say this? 2100?
2100.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think about that myself. You're not used to that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, like.
It'll be 2100. Eventually.
Yeah. And most of the and pretty much everybody who signed that legislation will not be around for that.
We will not be around.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not that I was one that signed that legislation,
right.
but anyway.
But no, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we dropped out of that agreement for a while there, but now we're back into it. So.
Right.
Yep. All right. Birthdays today, they include rapper Machine Gun Kelly, who is 34. He was in the news over the weekend. Did he break up with, what's her name? Megan Fox
She probably
or something?
broke up with him. He's not. Yeah, I don't like him.
Anyway, everybody's kind of cringing.
Happy birthday to him, though.
I put a couple of cringe-worthy people in here.
Yeah.
My opinion only.
Okay.
All right, actress Amber Heard.
Right.
She's 38.
Well, there was
She was
all that
kind of
drama.
controversial in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And actor Jack Nicholson, we picked a great picture of him from The Shining. He is 87 years old.
Plenty of great photos of Jack Nicholson
Yeah, I know, right?
to use.
Yeah.
I like the one. He looks frazzled, just having a good time.
Yeah, he was great in Easy Rider too.
Yeah.
Real laid back. Have you ever seen that? That's a
No.
good movie. You'd like it.
I like his character though.
Yeah.
He plays creepy but funny characters.
All right, we'll have some more Earth Day information coming up. But first, check the forecast. A beautiful day on this Earth Day.
I know. Wear your flip-flops.
Get your flip-flops out. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, it's not that warm yet.
It's going to be a little chilly.
Yes, here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get into things this morning. This is a small craft advisory right here that's in effect until 2 p.m. this afternoon because of some active surf we're keeping an eye on along the coast at this time. Meanwhile, though, we're checking out the radar, and overall we had a little bit of moisture moving through recently. Looks like we have a little bit of snow flurry action in the northern parts of the state. That's going to be clearing out of here this morning, and we're going to see a good amount of sunshine today. Keep the sunglasses handy. You'll want those as you do travel, and it will also be windy out there as well, with some gusty winds getting up to around 30 miles per hour at times. We have one system dragging on to the east. There's another little secondary wave of energy right about in here, bringing a few snow flurries to the northern parts of the state, and that's going to be getting out of here pretty quickly this morning. Futurecast moving forward, a lot of sunshine in the way for us today. We'll be under a mostly clear sky coming up later on tonight, and a lot of sunshine again as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. Now the winds, here we are, sustained winds out of the northwest reaching up to around 50 miles per hour or so today. Notice the winds really back off later on tonight, but for tomorrow, here we go again. The winds will be on the increase yet again. Otherwise, your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, a little windy out there, temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
And it's time to show Mother Earth a little TLC, with today commemorating the 54th annual Earth Day.
Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez takes a closer look at this year's theme and how you can do your part to protect the planet.
Monday marks Earth Day, a time to celebrate the planet and increase efforts to protect the environment. And with this year's theme being planet versus plastics, advocates continue sounding the alarm about their massive impacts.
We produce more plastic than most people can imagine.
According to the United Nations, the world generates roughly 400 million tons of plastic waste every single year, much of which is made up of single-use plastics. For instance, 1 million plastic bottles are bought every minute around the world. But with less than 10% of plastic products being recycled, many wind up as trash in landfills or as litter in natural habitats, where they can take hundreds of years to break down into smaller bits.
Problem is, plastics are never just plastic. They have colors in them, they have fire retardants. These are all chemicals.
Those small microplastics can then end up in the water and food we consume. While more research needs to be done to determine any risks, a study from the World Wildlife Fund reveals people eat about a credit card size worth of plastic every week.
We're all becoming more plastic, even if we don't know what that means.
But the crisis may only get worse, with global plastic production expected to triple by 2050 if business and consumer habits go unchanged.
The more people feel connected and the more they know what their waste is, the more recycling programs will work.
To learn more about how you can take action this year, visit earthday.org. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
All right, and still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have our sports updates.
Don't go away.
Pat's Pizza in Holden serves delicious food and pizza. They also have a party and event room. Our indoor golf is now open year-round. Call for reservations. Contact us for the opening date of Traditions, our 9-hole golf course.
911. The truck fell on my stepson.
You guys don't know what happened that day. The day that my son died. Here, that was just live. Do you think this ends in a good way?
interrogation tapes tonight on ABC.
For the second year in a row, Chevy Equinox has been ranked by J.D. Power #1 in new vehicle quality for compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good, right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar.
Or current qualified Chevy lessees can get this Equinox for $269 a month. Or current qualified Chevy owners can get $2,500 total cash allowance on this Equinox. Visit your New England Chevy dealer.
Here at ABC7 and Fox 22 News, we have the only TV reporter based right here in Augusta. There's a lot happening when it comes to politics and lawmaking and how that impacts the average viewer. It's important to have a familiar face, getting to know the major players, because we build that trust and relationship so that way they tell us the stories that matter to you. I'm Cora Bouchard, and I'm ABC7 and Fox 22 News' Augusta-based reporter.
Tune in for my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing, Hopscotch. Someone came to play!
Weekdays at 10 on ABC7.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start on the stream. The Kenduskeag Stream Race is a tradition that dates back nearly 60 years. And just as legendary as the race itself is its most famous obstacle. Take a look.
3, 2, 1, go!
Nearly 750 paddlers took on the rough water Saturday for a Maine institution, the annual Kenduskeag Stream Race.
We're pretty friggin' pumped, man. I think this is going to be a great day.
It's crazy. It's cold, but it's so much fun.
The adrenaline rush is very much real, and you kind of just don't have time to be nervous.
That is until you reach the vaunted, daunting, most heralded and feared part of the Kenduskeag, 6 Mile Falls.
It's the first thing I thought about when I woke up this morning. It really, the image of it is just burned into my mind.
Some conquer. Some fail. But what are the keys to making sure you don't end up on the blooper reel? Future Kenduskeag paddlers, take note.
You don't close the coffin. Closing the coffin is when you're going up and you're tipping, and then you grab onto that high side of the boat to tip it back upright. Because if you grab that high side of the boat, you're just going to roll it over.
Stay all the way left on the upper falls.
We went the wrong way last year. My sister says, go right. So we went right. And we crashed, and then she says, no, I meant my right.
So with that said...
Communication, paddling together, not against each other.
But even with all these strategies you'd find in a Kenduskeag Stream survival guide, there's one thing that seems to be agreed upon that's definitely not in the books.
Just YOLO, send it through.
Just send it, dude.
Send it and pray.
Even 92-year-old Ed Colburn, the founder of this race back in 1967, agrees.
Just paddle easy. Enjoy it. Water's not too cold if you do go in.
Love talking to that guy. Love covering the race. Let's head up to Orono now for the Black Bear Bash. A bunch of events going on at UMaine Saturday. Let's start with this. Have you ever wanted to own a piece of game-worn Black Bear apparel? Well, you had the chance to. On the floor of Alphon Arena, Maine Athletics hosting their first athletic apparel sale since the pandemic, including, as we mentioned, game-worn jerseys, used hockey sticks, shoes, pullovers, you name it. Hundreds of people flooded the entrance when it opened in the morning to get this stuff at a fraction of what it costs in other places. Hockey jersey, just $30, sign me up. It's their way of cleaning out the clutter while also giving back to the community.
It's helping out. It's getting, our brand out in the community, having our fans get to own a piece of Maine Athletics, something that they can't just buy in the store. It's something nice too. It's collecting dust on our shelves, so why not get it out there? Every time we play a game, we want to see this building absolutely filled with our jerseys, so what better way to get them out there?
Now let's hit the diamond. Maine baseball and softball with home games Saturday. Softball a doubleheader against UMBC, and baseball trying to even their series against Ryder. Let's go to Mahaney. Diamond, Maine trying to also avoid losing their 5th game in a row. Let's start bottom 5. No men on for Maine, down 4-3 until Jeremiah Jenkins blasts one into right, and it is out of here. We are tied up at 4. Let's go to the top of the 8th now. It's 7-7 with riders Brian Scatini up. He hits one into the gap in left center. Jack Winsett and Richie Sika score, and it's 9-7. Bottom 9 now, it's 9-8. Tying run in scoring position for Logan Burrell. He lines out to Matt Leahy. It's short to end it. Maine falls 9-8, and they drop the series. And now over to Keswick Field for Game 1 of Maine softball's UMBC double feature. Bottom 6, Maine's Anna Marguedes up with the score 7-5 Retrievers. She flies out to center, but Kira Habadali tags and scores to pull them within 1. Top 7 now, a player on for UMBC's Amaya Carroll, and UMBC you later. 2-run shot into left, and it's 9-6. Later on, crazy play here. Ashley De La Guardia singles to left. Julia Colton gets into third, but Amaya Lundy's going to go there too. She rushes back to second. Maine's Kennedy Priest to Katie Jo Murray there. She's safe. Now here comes Colton from third, and she is safe at home. It's now 10-6 Retrievers, and they win Game 1 10-7. And now to Game 2 we go. Top first, UMBC's Haley Luganbill flies one out to left. The play is made there, but here comes Ella Squares on the sac fly to make it 1-0. Bottom first, Maine's Gabby Popushka at the dish, and they try to pick off Krista Francie over at third, but the throw goes awry. She runs home to tie the game up at 1. 2 down now, runners on second and third, but Kaya Matter says it doesn't matter where the runners are. She strikes out Kat Fallon to escape the jam. UMBC goes on to win and sweep Maine 8-7. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Every night is pizza night at Dragonfire Pizza. From wings, salads, and sides to our specialty wood-fired pizzas. You'll find everything you need to satisfy any craving by the slice or by the pie. A little slice of heaven is waiting for you at Dragonfire Pizza, Mill Mall, Ellsworth.
Herman Meadow is a very user-friendly golf course. We have some very good rates. We have discounts for military people. We have discounts for seniors, individual and group lessons for juniors.
The greens, especially this year, they're in excellent shape. It's not a course that won't allow you to hit the ball 10 or 12 times on any hole and still have fun.
There's some challenges out there, but there's also some risk rewards.
It's convenient. You can come in Union Street, you can come in Route 2. It's just in a great location.
It's just a fun place to play.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people.
It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Every night is pizza night at Dragonfire Pizza. From wings, salads, and sides to our specialty wood-fired pizzas. You'll find everything you need to satisfy any craving by the slice or by the pie. A little slice of heaven is waiting for you at Dragonfire Pizza, Mill Mall, Ellsworth.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm joined by Ted Murray, owner of Smith Builders. How are we doing today, Ted?
Great. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. So you guys actually have a really good program going on right now, and it's about to close up. Why don't you tell me about it?
Sure. It's a Roofs for Heroes initiative. We're giving away up to 4 roofs for veterans this year.
Okay, so giving away 4 roofs for veterans. This is the second year that you've done this program. Can you tell me a little bit about the background of it, how you guys got this started?
Sure. Just their normal course of business. We look at veterans' homes all the time, and sometimes they just don't have the means to cover it, and if your roof has leaks in it, you really can't maintain the rest of it. So it's just heartbreaking to hear, too, especially some of these older veterans. So we wanted to see what we could do and decided to partner up with Maine Veterans Project and give away some roofs for them.
That's awesome. I know Doc, he's always great about giving back to the vets, and he's wonderful to work with. So what has the reception been like so far? How have people, yeah, please.
Overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
There's a couple people that almost don't believe it. You know, you tell them, well, hey, you might qualify for this program and we can actually give you a free roof, and they're like, I don't know, something just doesn't seem right, but it is true. The materials and the labor and the disposal all is covered in the project, so it's truly a free roof to these veterans.
That's awesome. And you were telling me it's not exactly just, you know, a random draw of the hat. Everybody can submit a veteran. You can even submit yourself if you want to submit yourself online, and we'll have that link later on today. But you guys look at each case differently and judge it based on that. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, we assess the overall condition of the home, and we hear the stories of the people and just make a decision on who we think would be the best fit for some of these roofs, and use Maine veterans and Doc's expertise as well to make sure we get the right people.
Yeah, absolutely. As a business owner, how does it feel to give back to a community like that and to just a particular part of that community where they need it more than ever?
It's great. It's one of those things that it is just so heartbreaking when you hear these veterans that they fought for our country and they just can't quite maintain their home for whatever reason, and being able to, contribute is great.
Now, what do people need to know for the application if they want to apply online today?
Just they can either submit themselves, or you can nominate a friend or a family member, somebody you know, and it's smithbuildersroofing.com/veterans. Pretty simple form. Just go on there and fill it out, or you can call the office either way.
That's awesome. And that is finishing up when? When can people submit their applications?
It's open through the end of April.
Through the end of April, so we have until April 30th to submit up an application if you haven't done so yet. Is there anything else people should know about this program?
I think that pretty much sums it up.
All right, well, Ted, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I really appreciate it. We're going to toss it over for Devin Biggs for your forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already this morning, a small crowd advisory is posted until 2 p.m. This afternoon along the coast because of active surf that we have our eye on, so just be ready for that throughout the daytime period today, at least until about 2 o'clock this afternoon when that expires. Wayfinds, there's a few active spots still out there, but closer towards shore, things are calming down just at around 2 to 3 feet according to the buoy. So this should expire today, barring anything with the gusty winds. We'll keep an eye on things throughout the daytime period today. But for now, a little bit of moisture passing through. We had one system that passed through recently, a few flurries in the northern parts of the state. This will be getting out of here pretty quickly. And if you like sunshine, we have plenty of that on the way for us today. We'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be windy out there from time to time as well, with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour at times. But otherwise, the rest of the country looking pretty quiet. In fact, this system right about in here that's developing now across parts of the Dakotas will be our next system that we'll get in here later on this week, but we'll have to wait until Wednesday for that system to move on in. So futurecast for today, we'll see a good amount of sunshine, so get outside and enjoy the nice sunshine. Just be ready for the gusty winds at times as well. Under a mostly clear sky coming up later on tonight. And then tomorrow we press repeat. A lot of sunshine, a little windy out there as well. We'll wait for the cloud cover that will start to move in as we head towards Tuesday night. By Tuesday night, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky as that rain starts to approach as we head towards Wednesday morning. So let's time this out. So we'll be watching the rainfall that will begin to move in as we head towards Wednesday morning. Mainly as rain for most of the day, but by Wednesday night as colder air begins to move in, a few snow showers cannot be ruled out. If there's any accumulations, it will be very brief and it'll melt very quickly. Pretty much a trace at best. It'll be out of here pretty quickly as we head towards your Thursday with the warmer temperatures and ground temperatures as well. So let's talk about the rainfall accumulations then. Some spots further off towards the north can see around a half-inch rain before we're all finished up. And there's a little bit less further down to the south, around a quarter of an inch before this all begins to wrap up. Otherwise, though, gusty winds on the way for us today, reaching up to 30 miles per hour at times. Notice how the winds back off pretty quickly by tonight. And then for tomorrow, more gusty winds on the way, reaching up to around 25 to 30 miles per hour yet again. So for today, here we go. Upper 40s, mostly sunny and windy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 20s under a mostly clear sky, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, here we go. Upper 50s, mostly sunny and windy again, and a south wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Rain chances on the way for your Wednesday. Highs in the low 50s. Lots of sunshine Thursday. Highs in the low 50s. And mostly sunny again for your Friday. Highs in the upper 50s.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Simple principle. When selection gets low, savings tend to disappear. But now that there's a great selection, there are lots of great savings deals. So come to the Toyota Spring Savings Event, where you could get special low 4.75% financing for 60 months on select luxurious all-wheel drive Highlanders, which could save you up to $2,100. Great selection means great savings deals. At your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Barry Gass, and my grandfather started Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear right here in Orono in 1911. Just after World War II, my father ran the business for decades. Now, with my wife and wonderful staff, we are continuing the tradition of bringing the American West to Maine. Our authentic Western boots are handcrafted for comfort, style, work, and casual wear. Saddle up with our premium selection of top quality saddles. Top it off with the perfect hat from classic to modern ranch. Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
When R&K Variety in Hamden wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store, offering fresh cooked meals that don't break the bank, gasoline for your mean machines, or beer and wine so your night is fine. Stop by today.
A highly anticipated movie becomes part of a theme park attraction, while a couple of other summer flicks share first looks.
Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with that and more in the latest Hollywood Nation.
This is slap dad, thank you. Shyamalan's Trap, Transformers launch, and an action-packed attraction debuts in today's Hollywood Nation.
I'm not the hero of this story. I'm just a stunt guy.
A stunt-filled spectacular is heading to Universal Studios Hollywood. In collaboration with Universal Pictures and 87 North, the Fall Guy Stunt-tacular pre-show will join the Waterworld attraction April 27th through May 19th, with an original storyline about how stunt performances are created. The movie The Fall Guy, directed by former stuntman David Leitch and starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, is in theaters May 3rd. Netflix's fantasy drama The Witcher will wrap with Season 5. The streamer announced production on Season 4 of the Liam Hemsworth-led series started. 4 and 5 will film back-to-back. Then 5 will conclude the series.
Beautiful.
Transformers 1 had a blast with the film's trailer debut, In Space. The origin story held a live stream countdown, then Journey to Space, and trailer reveal, along with an intro by Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry. Transformers 1 is in theaters September 20th. No dad jokes, this is serious. Also in today's first looks is M. Night Shyamalan's thriller Trap, starring Josh Hartnett and Salika Shyamalan. The trailer shows Hartnett as a father with his daughter at a pop concert, where he learns it's actually a setup to catch a serial killer. Trap is in theaters August 9th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
I like Josh Hartnett. I haven't seen him in anything lately.
Yeah, in a big movie with M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
And of course, all this comes to as Taylor Swift's new album was released over the weekend. That's big news.
Mhm.
Folks who are fans or who love fans definitely have heard about it already.
People
a lot
have
of
been
hype.
dissecting her lyrics and trying to figure out
Right.
what she's trying to talk about.
Yep.
and-
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. I think it broke some records on Spotify streaming lists.
Wow.
Cool. Good stuff. Okay, we'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22. A Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. And if you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining us.